Hello, hello, hello. I will wait for a few people to get on. I finally actually have some background music this time. And I feel like it's gonna make it the vibe a little bit better because last time I feel like it was just awkward when there wasn't any music and it just was like completely silent. Sorry. Hello, hello, Fernanda. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Hope you're doing swell. You guys, I need to get better at freaking like just like how YouTube works because I always, well, I guess it's only my second time, but I like made a formed live thing already to like schedule the live, but then I don't know how to go back and like re-access it. So I just end up having to like go redo and start a whole other live. So I need to figure that out on how to go back to it. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Theo. Also, fair warning, you guys, if I mispronounce anyone's name, I'm genuinely so sorry. Hello, Nisha, Madison. Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Curtsy. You guys, thank you so much for coming. But seriously, I'm sorry if I mispronounce anyone's name. It's like I'm always so nervous to do that because I don't want to like disrespect you guys. Vanessa, Tova, hello, Gabriella, hello, Abby. What's up, you guys? Thank you guys so much for coming. Happy August, happy Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well. This morning I actually had such a freaking good morning, you guys. I did like all the things. Literally last night I knew that I wanted to have just like a really thorough morning. Hello, Natalie. And I woke up and I meditated on our porch. Oh, thank you, Tova. You were so beautiful. I'll go make my lunch and come back. Okay. I hope you make something good. Let us know what you make because we all love food around here. I just had my brekkie. The classic eggs, oatmeal, can't go wrong. You know how it be. But back to what I was saying, Sabrina, I know, I can't believe it's August. It's absolutely insane. It like just hit me like 2 days ago when I realized August 1st was coming up. I was like, shut up. Grilled cheese and salad, love it. Sounds fantastic. You guys, hot take, I'm not a huge cheese gal. I don't know if that offended anybody, but I don't really like cheese that much. I don't dislike it, like I'll eat it, but I never have a craving for it. You know, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people will crave it. Like I'll eat it on pizza and stuff, obviously, but I never have an urge to like add it in. Like if I have a taco bowl, wouldn't necessarily put it in. What? Cheese is the best, but I have to cut down. Dude, my sisters are the same way. They love cheese. Did you see my first comment? I believe I did. Skylar, hello. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. You guys, I really appreciate you guys coming and just like stopping by. Thank you guys so much for just like the love and support. I know I say this all the time, but just like, I feel like 2 seconds ago we hit 10K, now we're at 12K, and I'm like, hello. Like, what's even happening? Hello from Slovakia. Hello, Andrea. You guys, I think kind of one of my favorite things is how, sorry, I can't keep getting distracted like this, but I'm happy to connect with you guys like this as well. But something that I love so much is how, like so much of my audience and like of this Live Fit community is all over the world. Like you guys, it's been insane. The comments I get, like just for example, like love from Slovakia or just like everywhere, like Czech Republic, South Africa, Asia, Italy, like I can't even, Germany, like just bunches of places. And it's like really freaking cool that there's, you know what I mean? That we can all connect. Like, that's why I love social media and love just like the online space. I just found a channel a couple days ago and I've been watching your videos nonstop. So inspiring, positive. Thank you, Natalie. That's very sweet. See, I'm from the Netherlands. See, this is insane. Yeah, like you're such a big inspiration for me and your videos have helped me so much. Thank you guys. It genuinely means the world. Oh, Mexico. Like you guys, that makes me like from Chile. Like that's insane. Also, does that mean like I have an accent to you guys? Do I talk weirdly then? Canada, this is amazing. Like that is so freaking cool. Like talk about being able to cultivate community and like just like there's so many people everywhere all around the world and being able to have like-minded people is amazing. Dude, every single person, look at this, from India, Germany, Canada, Montreal, like I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for the love. I would genuinely really love to go to Canada, like Banff area, Colombia. I love you guys saying where you're from. Hong Kong, shut up. Dudes. This is crazy. Damn. I didn't really think, I honestly was thinking about that on my walk today. Love from South Africa. Do I like because now that means I have an accent. I mean, everyone has an accent, but like, you know what I mean? Hi from Spain. I studied abroad in Spain actually a year ago from this past spring, and I went to Alicante, Spain. What part of Spain are you in? I loved the country. I loved the culture. I love everything about it. It was amazing. And it was like right on the coast. So I was living. I really was. Also, is this background music like too loud? Let assistant know. Francesca, OMG, I'm not late. Yay. Yes, you made it, girl. Don't worry about it. We're all just chilling. Everyone's just saying where they're from because the LiftFit community is worldwide, which is amazing. You're such an inspiration. I have recently lost my period. I'm trying to get it back, but I don't want to give up exercising. You're living proof that everything is possible. I love you. Oh, yeah. The amount of just like messages and conversation I have about periods and stuff is amazing, and it is so like overwhelming when I'm like able to help someone get their period back. Like it's so humbling, and it just like means so much. Like honestly, one time a girl DM'd me and was like, "Liv, like I got my period back." Da 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 da. Go figure, because I'm emotional. I like started to cry, and my dad came in and he was like, "Liv, like what's up?" And I like told him that like someone, like another girl that follows me got her period back. Da 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 da. And he was like, "Liv, if you were a doctor, you'd be crying all the time." And I was like, valid. But yeah, I think, especially when you dive into research with curing HA and trying to get your period back, like a lot of it says like just to do the all-in approach, like completely cutting out exercise and just eating, just like going overboard with food, which everything works for everybody. And I don't ever want to say one way is wrong, but it definitely is kind of overwhelming to take that route. And I just think being able to gradually decrease exercise, gradually increasing food is easier on the body, easier on your mental, and helps you adjust. And I don't know, I just think overall, you don't need to take extremes. Like you can get your period back just from these minor shifts and letting your body adjust. Hello from Missouri. Texas, woohoo. I want to go to Texas. 11/11, baby, love you guys. Okay, Adriana, your energy has a contagious quality to it. It helped me manage with the mental health. Thank you, that means so much. I really am like, I don't know, you guys, I feel like I always have a lot to say, but I just am like, I love that this space can be a positive space for everybody. You know what I mean? Like that, those are the compliments that mean the most to me, is when you say, you know, like speak on my energy, or just that like my content can help you like see life through like a more rose-colored lens, or just be more positive and stuff like that. Just, that means a lot to me. And I feel like that's almost is kind of almost more of my main mission that I'm realizing with Live Fit and everything, almost more so than the fitness aspect, is like, I just want to spread like love, positivity, and like appreciation for life, you know? So. Also, you guys, it's like, I don't know what's going on, but it's been like freezing here in Utah. That's dramatic. It's like 60, but like that's cold for beginning of August. So I have some hot tea for the first time in like months because I'm cold. How do you fight with such bad feelings? Good question. This is why I'm like super big into journaling, meditation, and just like mental practices in general, because it's like kind of like I literally see working on your mental health the same way that you work out, like in the gym, genuinely. And like, for example, it's like you can't really wait till you're, my view is like, I don't want to wait until I'm in a really poor headspace to then have to turn to these mental practices to try to get me out of it. Like I want to work on the skill and strengthening my mindset beforehand, so that when I do get into these slumps, I'm better equipped, and it's like kind of like I know what to do to get myself out of it, if that makes sense. So it's like the more and more that I journal and meditate and all this stuff, when I do get in a funk, I'm like, I'm so thankful that I have these practices to turn to help get myself out of it. But so back to answer your question specifically, what I do when I'm feeling down, a big thing is I'm a very emotional person. So like it's really important to me to like just sit with my feelings so I know how I'm feeling. Just acknowledge like what's going on, because you need to know what you're dealing with in order to address it, is how I look at things. So I just like let myself feel it, let the emotion pass through, because I'm really big on not suppressing it. And then once I'm like aware of what I'm feeling, then I kind of try to take it back to why I may be feeling this way, if I can bring it back to an event, to a person, to something. Because sometimes when I'm able to attribute it to something, it almost takes it away. Like I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You know, like it's more of a practical thing. I can get over it. Sometimes I can't draw it back to things. It's just like I'm just feeling that way that day. If that's the case, I honor it. I really don't try to beat myself up for feeling that way. And then that's when I really will dive into journaling. I'll write about how I'm feeling as if like I'm talking to a friend. And I'm really big into like, my favorite journaling prompt is like releasing energy and inviting energy. So I'll release like sadness, pain, I don't know, anything I'm feeling, irritability, impatience, anxiety, and then I'll try to invite things that I want to embody, like patience and like affirmations and stuff like that, like telling yourself how you feel, trying to take control of your mind, that sort of thing. And then like being out in nature really helps me. Talking to friends and people who make me feel safe really help me get out of it. And something about like writing it down and speaking it, just getting it out of your mind, always makes it seem smaller to me personally, like, and less of a problem than it really is, if that makes sense. Because it's really easy to like identify with your thoughts and for them to grow and foster and fester, is that a word? In your mind, and just like keep growing, and then it just seems like super overwhelming, and you're like, oh my god, my life sucks, and it's like this whole thing, and I'm so sad, and I'm consumed, and I'm all this stuff. Like, you are not your thoughts. You need to make space between who you are and your thoughts, and then kind of be able to deal with it a little bit more objectively. Long answer, but I hoped that helped. Let me see. You helped me chill and focus on the present day. That's so sweet. It's also cold here in Montreal. Maybe something's up. Abby, girl, if you ever come to Banff, that's where I want to go, Alberta. That's genuinely where I want to go. Like, my brother, there's like the national park there, and my brother freaking loves it. Savannah, I sprained my ankle this past week and couldn't work out. You were the person that kept me motivated. Oh, thank you. Also, I appreciate you guys just even like letting me know, like, some things aren't like questions, but you guys just like let me know in your comments, and they're just always so kind, and I appreciate you guys like taking the time to let me know, because it means a lot, and it like just warms my heart. It's so true. You need to catch the moment of anxiety and address it. Yeah, a big, huge thing, you guys, in terms of mental health is awareness. Like, you need to not, I'm like really big on trying not to say like I am and then my emotion, because then it's like you just get lost. Like, you can't, and then like I said, it becomes bigger than it is, and it's harder to detach from the emotion and like deal with it objectively because you come one with it. You know what I mean? I love that we're talking about this stuff. But yeah, like the biggest thing is having awareness. Like I always say, like, think about what you're thinking about, because that will kind of create space between you and your thoughts, and then be able to look at it more objectively. 50 people in the building. What's up, folks? Gabrielle, that helps a lot. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad. Basque Country. I'm sorry, I have short-term memory loss. Is that in, are you talking, is that in Spain? Sorry, please clarify. Rose, going through a breakup right now, and your content has been so uplifting and wonderful. Journaling has been so big for me. Thank you, that means a lot. Breakups like hit me in a certain vicinity of the heart space. I really have only, I don't know, I've gone through like 2 breakups, each for different reasons. Like, one, firstly, I was cheated on, which I honestly want to open up about that one, because that's like what inevitably led me down to like everything I'm doing today and with Live Fit, and it's like a huge reason for like who I am today. But then the second one was more of like a mutual split, just because we kind of like couldn't be together anymore. It's like long distance. He was going into the military, XYZ. But I don't know, it just like, I always get really nostalgic about relationships. I really am emotional. Like I said, I feel things deeply, and I just get nostalgic, and something about like love between 2 people, man, it just gets me. So I'm sorry you're going through a breakup. I really feel for you. Just know that it will get better. And I feel like the hardest thing with breakups is like learning to detach from the person and like finding your own independence again. And just know that, like I always say, it will become your new normal. You know what I mean? Like, you just need, like, time does its thing so well. I'm happy that you're journaling. I think that's super healthy for you. And like, just use this opportunity to become your best version, discover who you are, explore who you are, create who you are. I don't know, just use this, like, if anything, like this, it's a beautiful time. It's a new beginning. It's a fresh slate. Like, think about all the things that are gonna come your way now because of this. Like, it's not an ending, it's a new beginning, a rebirth. So there's a lot of beauty that can come out of breakups, as hard as they may be and really make your heart hurt. Just know that it's gonna get better, and it's all for the better. Sorry, I'm scrolling back up. Holly, hi, new subscriber here. I love your videos, and as someone who's beginning to lift weights, I'm using so many of your videos to help create my workouts. Thank you so much for all your inspiration. Yay, I'm so happy to hear. Congrats on getting into the gym. You guys, I have ideas on ideas for workout guides. So just wait, it's taking me 10 years because my ideas are happening faster than I can create, but just you wait. I want to release stuff for you guys to help you guys. Adriana, how do you recommend starting to lose fat if I've been lifting for 2 months and eating well? I'm sure you've heard this before, broken record. In order to lose weight or lose fat specifically, I guess, well, any weight, you just need to be in a caloric deficit, meaning that you are taking less calories than you are burning. So the biggest thing, a lot of people, like a huge misconception is that they think that you need to go on cardio machines for hours if you're trying to lose body fat, and that is honestly the last thing that I would advise you to do. If you're trying to start to lose fat, first thing you want to do is slowly just decrease your portion sizes. Is this music? Let me turn down this music. I feel like I can't concentrate. Sometimes I swear I have ADHD. But like, undiagnosed. Okay, so back to what I was saying. If what you first want to do is decrease your portion sizes. There's no like food that's going to help you gain weight, lose weight. It's literally all just calories in versus calories out. So don't worry about cutting out carbs, cutting out any food groups. Eat whatever you normally like to eat. Try to obviously base it off of whole foods, as clean as you can, but just decrease those portion sizes. And then I always stress you want to increase your daily movement. So it doesn't necessarily need to be through your physical, like organized exercise, but really focusing on setting a step goal. When I just went through my last leaning out phase, I literally only did one cardio session a week for like 20 minutes, and it was a HIIT session, but I was still in a fat loss phase for like 3 weeks leading up to that, when my only source of cardio or movement was my 10,000 like step goal for the day. So yeah, I just recommend decreasing your portion sizes, trying to listen to your hunger cues, just eating until you're about satisfied, not like stuffed every single meal, and start to move more. Go for daily walks, try to hit an 8 to 10K step goal, and then eventually maybe in a few weeks, add in like 1 or 2 cardio sessions of whatever you enjoy doing. I hope that helped. It's really it's easier than you think it is. And also like just make sure that you're focusing on being stress-free. Like don't stress about it. Make sure you're getting in really good quality sleep, be on your water. Just like the basics, of health, and you'll see results. Love you, Gluteus by Gluteus. Love you too, and I love your username, dude. Can you tell us how to remove any negative thoughts? Biggest thing is, like I said, think about what you're thinking about. Gain awareness of your thoughts. Because like I'm saying, if you're getting consumed in it, that's like, I don't know how to explain. It's just like when people get consumed in the negative thoughts, they just think like that's the way life is, but it's not. Like you need to create space so you can breathe. And you know what, like think of it like this. Like if you're underwater, it's like that's all you know because that's what your perspective is. But once you zoom out, if you get out of the water and look down, you're like, whoa, I was just in a ocean, you know what I mean? Then you like see it from the outside point of view and you're like, oh, that's not all it is. There's way more surrounding it. Does that make sense? Like there's just more to it. So I think the big thing is just think about what you're thinking about, become aware of your thoughts, and catch yourself when you're thinking a negative thought. Literally, this just happened to me yesterday. I'm totally calling myself out, but I'm not perfect. Like I'm obviously constantly working on my mental all the time. So yesterday I was in the gym and I was doing my workout circuit, and there's this older woman, okay, she's like 45 or so about, and she just always gives me like not good vibes. She always gives me dirty looks. I was like jump roping one time, and she like kept complaining on me for like the area that I was jumping in the gym. I just don't get good vibes from her, okay? And I try not to like be resentful to anybody, or like I really, really make an intention to try not to judge other people or think negative thoughts about others, especially strangers who I don't know about. So I was doing my circuit yesterday, like doing my thing, and she came like in my area, and I just immediately thought like just a bad thought. Like I didn't really come at her, but I just was like, ugh, like here's this girl, like she just gives me such bad vibes. Like she's, you know what I mean? Like I just wasn't thinking positive things, and literally right away I was like, okay, that's not good. Like you're thinking a negative thought, stop it and redirect. And I just kept going back into my workout and like thought about my workout. So I hope that made sense. Just like catching yourself when you're in a negative thought, and either depending on what it is, it might be easier just for you to start with going to a neutral thought instead of having it be a negative thought, but then in due time, try to switch it to a positive thought. So it's gaining that awareness, gaining that consciousness, and knowing that you're in charge of your thoughts. Whether you realize it or not, the power is completely in your hands, and you need to decide to change your thought to something positive. So that's the biggest thing that I do, is just gaining awareness with what I'm thinking, is how I change from a negative thought. I love that we are talking about this because I'm very passionate about it. Hi, Java, is that how you say it? Skylar, how to deal with bad body image? I'm so happy you asked this. And loneliness when you're an introvert. I relate. And don't have many friends to talk to. BTW helps so much. I definitely feel this. Let me go back to how to deal with bad body image, loneliness when you're an introvert and don't have many friends. Okay, so first of all, bad body image. The biggest thing with this is I try to, where do I start with this one? Bad body image. The biggest thing is that you can't just be sitting there and picking yourself apart. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're just letting that negative energy and you're just letting that momentum just foster and like continue. And I think the biggest thing is realizing, just trying to look, like, as with anything, I always say, you want to try to change your perspective with things, and that's what always helps me, like, look at it in a better way. So instead of trying to see of, like, what I look like, I try to think about things that I'm capable of and being proud of me for what I'm capable of and being proud of my body for what it can do, not necessarily for what it could look like. Another thing that really helps me is stop comparing. There's a thing between appreciating someone else's physique, body, whatever, and saying, wow, like they look great, but that doesn't mean that it takes away from the way you look. And of course, I just forget the next thing that I was gonna say. Oh, and another thing is like the difference in everyone's body is what makes humans beautiful and makes life beautiful. Like that uniqueness and difference and variety is like what makes everybody so beautiful, because there literally is nothing else exactly the same to it. You know what I mean? Like there's so much beauty and rarity. And so like seeing my body in that sort of way of being like, you know, there's some things I definitely want to change about my body, but I'm like, this is uniquely me. It carries my soul. It gives me a life experience. Like, that's pretty freaking sick. And like, that's beautiful, you know? So just kind of like looking at it in a different way. But then in terms of more practical things, if I'm having a bad body image day, I just don't really my biggest thing, like I'm saying, just don't get caught up in your thoughts, because then it spirals, snowballs, and then it's like seems like the whole world is ending. So I'll just maybe try to I'll throw on clothes that I feel comfortable in. You guys know usually I'm wearing like a tight top and booty shorts, but like if I'm not having a good body image day, I'll wear some looser fitting clothes. I try not to like stare at myself in the mirror or pick things apart. Like I just go neutral. Like I said before, sometimes it's hard to go from a negative thought to a positive thought. I'm not necessarily always like, girl, you look hot as shit. But I'll just go neutral. Baggy clothes, try not to stare at myself in the mirror, try not to think about it. I just think about other things. And then with that, sometimes if I'm in the mood, if I'm not like way, way down, I'll start to feed myself positive affirmations and just be like, I'm beautiful. I appreciate my body for all that it can do, that sort of thing. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So overall, you kind of need to train your brain to see the beauty in things, and it will also see the beauty in you. Where is the chat? My little finger scrolling. Okay, sorry guys, I'm going through these so slowly. How do you feel good after your workout lately? I've noticed that I've never felt satisfied after I finish a workout. I really love working out, but I think at the moment I'm just kind of stuck. When you say feel good, do you mean like physically or like emotionally, like or energetically you feel good and upbeat, or you don't feel good about your workout, like you don't feel like it was an effective one? I don't always feel energetic or upbeat after workouts. So really these are my two moods. Either I'm cracked the fook out, which also disclaimer, you guys, I say cracked out a lot, especially my upcoming vlog. I said cracked out all the time. I'm not literally cracked out, just a disclaimer. I figured you guys would know that, but I just say that when I'm like super hyper and like high in energy. But my two moods post gym, I'm either cracked out, super hyper, or I'm like zen mode. Like I'm not in a bad mood, not irritable. I just am like steady Eddie. So that really depends. And again, also like, I don't always feel satisfied after every workout. Like I feel like that was like the best workout ever. I think that's totally part of it. Don't get too caught up in it. Just know that like, dude, just like with life, like your fitness journey is called a fitness journey for a reason. Like there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be times where you feel really into it, where your workouts are really resonating, where you're really in your flow state. And sometimes it's going to be difficult to connect with your body, with your muscles, with your workouts. Just know, like generally from my 5 years of experience, like it's so normal. You're going to go through phases, and it's just all part of it. And it makes you appreciate, you know, like the good times more. So I'm sorry you're kind of going through a little funk or feeling stuck, but just know it will pass, and just stay the course, keep going through it. I know people look down on going through the motions, but a part of me like really believes in going through the motions, because I think it's important just to stick with routine and have trust that the energy and everything will pick back up. Monique, I just started my fitness journey in your week of workouts. Oh, sometimes I can't read. I just started my finish journey, and your week of workouts videos really helped me. Thank you so much. Okay, good. I'm really glad. Basque Country, north of Spain. That's what I thought, but I just was confused. That's awesome. I've heard really cool things about the area. So who did I just talk? I met somebody who was there. Oh, wait, no, yeah, actually there's a guy here who moved here from the Basque Country, literally, and he moved here to Utah, and I saw him like in a little social gathering, and I chatted with him. So small world. Summer, I just started my health and fitness journey 2 months ago and the goal of losing weight, but I have only gained weight. How do I stay motivated? Motivation is fleeting, as everybody knows. Someone commented, now I wish I could give him credit. Someone's comment, it's on my How I Stay Motivated and Consistent YouTube video. Also, yeah, go refer to that video if you want more on like how to stay motivated. But someone commented on that video and said that motivation is an emotion and that discipline is a character trait. And I was like, damn. Like, I know I just had never like been able to put it in words like that. And I was like, that was beautiful, like spot on. Motivation is fleeting. It's not always going to be there. Motivation is when it's fun and easy to stick with your goals. If everyone, you know, like that's when it's easy to accomplish things and to get things done. When you don't want to do it, that's what separates the good between the great, is doing things even when you don't want to do it. And that's where the discipline comes in. So I'm not motivated all the time at all. Yesterday, I really didn't want to go to the gym, but again, staying in routine, knowing who I want to be, knowing the life I want to live, knowing the person I want to become, remembering my why, all of those things, going back to those core main reasons are what helps to keep me going, and more so turn to discipline over motivation. Also with discipline and going back to the concept of a character trait, I think it just is so true, like, because I get asked a lot, like, how do you stay motivated? And, like, not to sound so cheesy, but, like, this is when my dad comes out of me. It's like, eye of the tiger. Like, if you want to, there's a component to my motivation when it comes to fitness. It's like, I just want to be great. I want to be strong. I want to be above average. I want to be different. I want to be proud of my work ethic and what I do. So it's like that. Like that guy commented on my video, like that's a character trait that I'm choosing to embody, and that's just what discipline is. So that's what really keeps me going in the gym, is like, I don't always feel like it, but I know the person that I want to be, and the person that I want to be would be getting their butt to the gym. So I'm going to go, you know? Yes, it's all about discipline over motivation, 100%. Motivation is hard sometimes. It so is, but again, like you gotta, like, you need to, it's just like, that's the part of me that's like, you need to have grit. Like I just have a part of my personality that's like really driven, a lot of work ethic, and has that grit for life where it's like, I just really think it's so cool when someone's really disciplined, when they work hard, when they achieve a lot. So like, I'm like, that's who I want to be. Like sometimes you just gotta get your game face on and like get shit done. Pardon my French. Right. I'm really struggling mentally. How do I stop beating myself up and hating my body? Hi, Cassie. I'm sorry you're going through this. I kind of just touched on body image, and like I've already touched on like going through your mental and stuff like that. But like going back to your body, just trying to go neutral, being appreciative for all that it can do for you, changing your perspective on it, knowing that it's like, you know, the place where your soul lives, it's giving you a life experience. The uniqueness between all different bodies is what makes everyone beautiful, because we're all so rare. That's something that really helps me. And just trying to really be aware of those negative thoughts and literally force feeding myself positive thoughts, positive affirmations, or just going, if I'm having a really bad body image day, I just try to go neutral and not think about it, wear clothes that make me feel comfortable. And even same thing, if you're in a bad headspace, struggling mentally, journal, dude, meditate, go back to yourself, sit with yourself. There is so much power, you guys, in being able to sit with yourself in silence and just being able to be with yourself. It's a life skill, genuinely, that I am so passionate about, that I think everyone should practice, because having that resource, like being able to be your own friend and being able to have yourself to come back to at the end of a hard day, or like when you're struggling mentally, is so empowering, and it's really, really special. So I would just really say, like, try to work on your relationship with you. Like I said, positive affirmations, journal, focus on gratitude, list out what you're thankful for, change your headspace to see the good in your life. And I'm telling you, it'll be easier and easier to see the good in your own life, and just in scenarios that are happening to you, and also like the good that's within you. I always need to scroll all the way back up. I love your smile. Thank you, Tova. Very cute. I lost 5 pounds because of your workout. Shut the front door. I love you so much and I'm so happy. That's amazing. That makes me so happy and I'm so stoked for you. It was all you though. Like, I know you might have done my workouts, but like, that was all your work ethic, dude. I'm proud of you. You're so inspiring. So happy I found your channel. Thank you. Very sweet. Valeska, that's a very cool name. Can you maybe make a video for a gym as an insecure girl? I'm always so self-conscious and feel like people judge my movements and stuff. 100%. I do want to even make like a beginner's gym guide. I would love to do that. I'm also planning on doing a YouTube video about like overcoming gym and anxiety, which I think will help. And also another video of like just beginner tips for the gym as well. I'll do that in a vlog. But I definitely can do more workouts that are more like, you know, that trending thing on social media, like shy girl workouts. I can definitely incorporate more of those for you guys. Really quickly though, in terms of like judgment in the gym, literally first thing, there is less people judging you and looking at you than you think. So many people are consumed with themselves in the gym or wondering about what other people are thinking that they're not even judging you. 2, a lot of the people who are like, I'm assuming that most people are insecure or like nervous around are like the really, really fit people. They know what it's like more than anything to be in the position that you were in. Everyone started where you were and they've been doing it for a wicked long time. So they know the grit and dedication and just like how mentally challenging it is to get there. So the last people you need to be worrying about judging you are the actual like really fit people. And who are the people, like in my opinion, who like deserve your respect, like respect both ways. And then the next thing, like if people are even judging you, my thing, like in or out of the gym, if you're worried about people judging you, big thing is like it physically literally cannot tangibly affect your life unless you let it. First of all, we're assuming that they're thinking about something, which a thought is completely intangible and cannot affect us unless we're the ones to accept that thought, make that assumption, and then act out of that insecurity of judgment by not going to the gym, etc. So if we just let that thought stay in their head, not think about it, because again, it's hypothetical, we don't even know it's true or not, and stay in your own lane, like it genuinely cannot affect you if you look at it that way. And another thing I think about, which this may be triggering to you guys, but it's worth saying, if you're really worried about other people judging you, that could maybe be speaking on that you may be judging others. Do not mean to be attacking anybody, but again, we're all like trying to grow and evolve and things like that, and that's something I realized in me a while back, is like when I stopped judging others, I genuinely lost that embarrassment or like constant nervousness of being judged in public, because it's almost like you don't think people's brains operate that way. Do you know what I mean? Because everything in your mind is what's your reality. Like the world is a mirror. So in your own reality, the way your mind works, if you don't judge others, you don't really think others are judging you. I don't know if that makes sense. Sometimes I feel so out there, but like it makes a lot of sense to me. If you had to pick a fave workout, what would it be? Exercise, do you mean? I always say, okay, workouts to me is like the whole entire workout, the sequence of exercises. But then like a squat is like an exercise. I don't call it a workout, me personally. But I think you mean in terms of exercise, hip thrusts, basic as fuck, but I love them. What book should I read okay, Olivia, thank you, words. What book should I read first, Untethered Soul or Power of Now? I definitely would recommend The Untethered Soul. I don't know how much like you've read books like that. Untethered Soul, he literally said, it's such a good book. He like said things so concisely and straightforward, but they also were super profound. The Power of Now and the author of that book, he says great things, but it takes me a while to read his books because I kind of need to reread what he's saying all the time, because he just says it in a way that's kind of like, it's just not as clear as Michael Singer from The Untethered Soul. So I think Untethered Soul is a really good opener. It's not like crazy to follow. It's very concise, but also profound and gets the point across. Power of Now is a little bit fluffier. I'm only like 50 pages in, but yeah. Do you have any health/wellness podcast recommendations? I have not been on my podcast game, people. Yes, I like, Heal Thyself by Dr. G. That's just like an overall interesting one. Again, Heal Thyself by Dr. G. He's a naturopathic doctor. I really enjoy listening to naturopathic doctors. And so he's just like really cool because it's like random things like chemicals in your tampons that can affect your hormonal balance, things about your circadian rhythm and how to get better sleep. Like it's very like overall natural wellness and health, and like also in relation to earth, which I really love. Another cool one is Dr. Jade Tita, especially my HA family, or if you're struggling with hormonal balance, female athletes, if you've lost your period. It's called the Next Level Human Podcast. The Next Level Human Podcast by Dr. Jade Tita. I probably could pin a comment. Why do I feel so technologically illiterate these days? I don't know. But anyway, he's another naturopathic doctor. He talks a lot about female hormones. He's like a female hormone expert, and he talks a lot about the metabolism. He's really interesting. And then in terms of like mindset, I really enjoy the Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. He's more like kind of tangible. He's good at combining like practical business and like guidance to your best self advice, and also with subtle spirituality. I use that term lightly because I know it's not for everybody, but he's also really good. So Heal Thyself with Dr. G, the Next Level Human Podcast by Dr. Jade Tita, and the Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. So if I want to build a booty, but at the same time get rid of fat on my belly, what should I do? Oh, and hello from Slovakia. Hello. I love that you're all the way from Slovakia. Sending you love. I get this question a lot. This is considered body recomp, meaning building muscle, losing fat. Hang on. So what you're gonna wanna do, in a lot of people are like, should I eat in a surplus, should I eat in a maintenance? It kind of depends on where you're eating now. But my general advice always is to eat around your maintenance level of calories. I say that as a gauge. That doesn't mean you need to track, right? I've achieved a lot of my fitness goals without tracking calories. I mean, eat at maintenance, like listen kind of to your hunger cues. Eating when you're full, eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full, that sort of thing, and making sure just you're eating like a sufficient amount of calories. Keeping your protein high. Try to aim for like 0.8 to 1 gram of your ideal body weight. Could be your weight you're currently at, or it could be less if you're like very overweight. And just keep training hard. You really want to focus on progressive overload in the gym. Find exercises that you feel really well, that you have really good engagement, that you have good mind to muscle connection. Focus on increasing the weights, the amount of weight you're lifting from week or every 2 weeks. Try to increase the number of reps you can do with that weight, or increase the number of sets you can do with that weight. Increase time under tension by slowing down the movement, that sort of thing. Mainly just train really hard, keep your protein high, make sure you're eating a sufficient amount of calories, but not necessarily really in a surplus, and your body will go through body recomp, especially if you're new to lifting. You're welcome, Gluteus by Gluteus. I love the name. What are your signs of recovery from HA? Most prominent one. In terms of like signs of me getting my period back, that my period was coming, 100% TMI, but discharge. Vaginal discharge. I did not have any of that when I didn't have my period, because I don't know how true this is, but when I was researching, it said that you have more like discharge when you're ovulating. So I'm assuming that I didn't have it because I didn't have any when I didn't have my period, because I wasn't ovulating. So when I had discharge again, it was a sign that I was ovulating, meaning I was having, my menstrual cycle was in progress. So that was hands down my biggest sign. I was working out 2 times a day, 6 times a week, hola mole. And I realized that I was putting too much stress on my body, because less is more. I stopped it. I absolutely love exercising. I hope my period will come back soon. Absolutely, that's the best thing you could do. I respect you for doing that. You should be proud of yourself. I know it's not easy to step away from exercise, but that is what your body needs right now, and I'm proud of you 100%. You have amazing eyebrows. Thank you. Fun fact, I used to be so insecure about them. My mom used to pluck them for me in 7th grade. I was so insecure of having a unibrow, and now I'm like, I've come to peace with them. I like them now. Tova, thank you for the support, for the backup. I love your earrings. Where are they from? Thank you. Also, thank you for inspiring so many of us. Love you. Of course, thank you for the love and your support. It means a lot to me. These earrings are actually, my mom gave these to me, and she got them at an antique show, I believe, and they are very, very cute. I like them a lot. I like that they're like dangly, but like light. You guys, I wear so much jewelry. But pro tip, if you're looking for good jewelry that like lasts, you want to like, hidden gems are antique shows. That's where I've gotten a majority of my jewelry is from antique shows. They last the longest. They have the most character. They're like highest quality. I personally own, like, all of these are sterling silver. If you're a gold gal, you can totally get gold. And they just have the most unique designs, and so I love them. And then also, I personally love like having unique things that other people can't have, so it's like you get only one of it, and it's so special. I just love them. If you want a jewelry tour, like, let a sister know, because I'll give you guys a quick jewelry tour, but I don't want to bore you guys. Love your workouts. Thank you from Brazil. I would love to go to Brazil. Thank you, Maria. It's all about discipline. Yes, yes, yes. Do you need cardio to lose body fat? No. That was so aggressive, but you do not. I kind of already touched on this previously, but in order to lose body fat, I always recommend, it's like majority going to be your diet and daily movement. Slowly start to decrease your portion sizes. Don't stress about like what you're eating, what makes you lose body fat. None of that. Nothing makes you burn fat. All of that's BS. Focus on decreasing your portion sizes. Eat what you normally like to eat, but again, try to obviously have it be like whole food based, just for your internal health. And you can help decrease your portion sizes by eating higher volume foods, meaning foods that take up a lot of space on your plate, but they're lower in calories. So that's gonna be like your fruits, vegetables, that sort of thing. And then increase your daily movement. I always recommend a daily step goal. I walked before this. Walking is a huge part of my fitness regimen, also for my mental health. Do not sleep on walking, you guys. Like, I want everyone to implement walking into their like fitness routine. But like I said, like this past like leaning out phase, which I've lost about like 5 pounds now, I only did one HIIT session for a span of like 4 weeks for like 20 minutes. But my main drivers for my fat loss were decreasing my calories and just having a step goal. Like, literally, that's it. Action plus result equals motivation. Love that. Jennifer, hi. What are some warning signs, meaning you need to take care of yourself more, and some good signs that you are on the right path and taking care of your body? What are some warning signs and good signs that you're, okay, so in terms of your body, so warning signs, I think you mean that like your body's either stressed out or that like you're not on the right path, and then good signs meaning that like I'm in good health, I'm thinking. Warning signs for me, going back to my whole like hormone preachingness that I always have when I preach about hormones, but like if you're not in a good, I would say like warning signs for that your body is like not in a good place or stressed out, your hormones are gonna be responsible for telling you that. Those are gonna be a big indication. So your hormones are gonna be, look at me with my pen, I'm about to take some notes. Hormones are gonna be what's like giving you signs that your body's not in a good place. For example, if your hair, like for everyone's different. For me, like my hair really falls out if my body's stressed, or if I've been neglecting an area of my overall health, if I haven't been eating enough or exercising too much. So things like hair loss, if you haven't been sleeping well, if you've been struggling to fall asleep, stay asleep, if you're having really low energy, I think there's a clear difference between just being tired and having genuine low energy. So if you're having low energy, that's another big one. If you're having brain fog, another big thing that your body kind of like isn't at an equilibrium point. You should feel like energized and chipper for the most part, have good sleep, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. And then in terms of like, yeah, good signs that you're on the right track and in good health, I think it would be like if you're having good, stable energy throughout the day, if you're having good, thorough sleep, if you're able to get deep sleep throughout the night, if you're feeling alert, if you're feeling, I don't know, just like energized, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you'll know when you feel good, you know? So I think those are kind of, I feel like that was general. But I feel like that's like kind of just like what I go off of. Like you gotta, that's when you need to trust your intuition and listen to your body. Like your body will tell you. But I hope that helped, Jennifer. Let me know if you have any other questions that I can clarify. How do you change your mindset to be able to eat more calories when building muscle? Big thing, especially for females our age specifically, and guys obviously, but I know it's a big thing for girls. Again, as I say with everything, change your perspective. Change your perspective on food. Know that it's fuel, know that it's helping you. Again, know where you want to be if you really want to gain muscle. All like good things are always on the other side of fear. So I know that it might be scary to eat more food just because it's foreign and all that stuff, but just know like that's where all things good are on the other side of fear. Like I said, just know it's going to pay off, and trust. That's a big thing. Just having trust, and you know, like pay attention to like me and other creators and things like that you can gain insight from and know like, hey, they've ate more in the past and they were able to see muscle, and now like that's kind of where you want to be or whatever. Like just know that like other people have done it and have been able to build muscle. So it may be scary at first, but just know it's all part of the process, and then just know it's going to be a growing experience. You know what I mean? Like, that's amazing when you're able to overcome fear and dive into things that make you feel uncomfortable, such as eating more. So yeah, just know it's going to pay off. Trust in your body, and know that you need to get uncomfortable sometimes to get the things that you want. And in this case, that'd be building more muscle. How do you know when you actually need a rest day and when you're just being lazy? The $1 million question. I still even struggle with this day. Again, I think the more you do this, the more you're in your fitness routine, the more you're on your fitness journey, and the more you get to know your body, the more you'll be able to decide between the two and be able to tell the difference. Another big thing is I try to look at kind of what my external circumstances have been the past few days to see if there's a reason for why I may be feeling, like, why there may be a reason that I feel lazy and not necessarily meaning that I'm tired, or vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I know that I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before or the day before that, and I'm feeling like I really don't want to go to the gym, I'm probably like, okay, I'm like, my body's a little bit depleted, it needs some rest, that sort of thing. Does that make sense? Or if I'm like completely, if I've been on my normal routine, if I've had my sleep, if I've been eating enough, if things have been completely normal and I'm just not wanting to go to the gym, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, Liv, you're just being lazy. Does that make sense? So I try to see if there's something that's making me feel off, and then that's when I'm like, okay, I need a rest because my routine has been off. Or if everything's normal and I'm just not wanting to go, I'm like, Liv, you're being lazy. But I can also just tell a lot with my body now. I just will feel more lethargic and more tired. But sometimes, like, when I do go to the gym, then it does make me feel like super energized after, and I just needed to get started. Okay. Are you Native American? I like weirdly get really like, I love when people wonder that. No, I'm actually 100% Italian. Both of my parents are Italian and all of their families are Italian. I get that a lot though, that I literally like 2 years ago I was at work and one of my coworkers was like, she was like, what are you? Because you do not look like a basic white girl. And it was like kind of aggressive, but I was like, okay. But yeah, I get if I'm Hawaiian a lot and if I'm Native American a lot. My uncle calls me Pocahontas. I definitely need to dress up as her for Halloween one year. But no. But thank you, but that is Italian. I wish I kind of was something different though, but I don't know. I get a lot of comments that I don't look normal and that I look exotic, whatever that means. What app do you recommend for walking or running? I don't use an app. I just track on my Apple Watch, if I was being honest. I loved reading The Untethered Soul. Yes, it's such a good book, dude. I feel so badly. I'm going so slow. I feel like you guys are like, yo, I said this an hour ago. Like moments pass. My doctor told me to lose weight. I've already lost 20 pounds, but I have 30 pounds to go. Is it okay to do more weights than cardio when overweight? Absolutely. Water intake, mindful eating, and rest. I've got it down. Girl, okay, Valerie, I love that. Yes, definitely cardio. I would always recommend weights over cardio for sure. If your diet's in check, this is what I'm saying. If your diet's in check, if you're focusing on progressive overload in the gym and just increasing your daily movement by having a step goal, girl, you're gonna be set. Hi, I just joined the gym. I want to lose weight. What split should I do for a week, please? It really depends. Again, there's gonna be no certain split that's gonna help you lose body fat. It's the best split, the best workout routine is whatever you can stick to, whatever you like, and whatever you can be consistent with. So my advice for you, because again, I want you guys to be able to do this and give you the tools to be able to, be in charge of your own fitness journey. I want you to reflect and say, how many days can I realistically get to the gym? Not like I can maybe get to the gym sometimes 5 days a week, so I'm gonna set it be 5. No, I recommend starting with some days that's like non-negotiable, hands down, you will be able to make it there 3 days a week. Cool, set it for 3 days a week. If you're thinking more of a 3 day a week, like being able to go, I would opt for like a full body split just to make it like an efficient use of your time. If you can go 4 days a week, I would maybe do 2 upper, 2 lower, and have one upper body day be a push day, meaning it would be chest, triceps, shoulders, all pushing movements. And then the other upper body day be pull day, so it'd all be pulling movements, which would be back, biceps, rear delts, that sort of thing. Then if you're going at 5 days a week, you can kind of split it up into any body. You can go more so into body parts and more of a bodybuilding style split. So you could do, I'm 5 days a week, and I personally really like my split. So I do 2 lower body days, One lower body day is glutes and hamstrings. The other lower body day is quads and glutes. Then one upper body day is a push day, like I said, chest, tris, shoulders. Other upper body day is a pull day, so back, biceps, rear delts. Last day is a full body functional day, or you could do full body like just with weights, that sort of thing, or you can add in a third upper body day. If you're going 6 days a week, I would always recommend, I did this for a while. When I was like within my 2 bulks, I always just did a push-pull leg split. So I would do push upper body, pull upper body, hit legs, and just repeat it. So that would be 6 days a week. I think it's such a great, efficient split if you're really trying to push muscle growth. 6 days a week is steep, in my opinion, to be working out. Like, I just think it's a lot, especially for females, going back with like trying to not stress out our body and with like pushing our hormones too far. But I think 6 days a week in the push-pull leg split is appropriate if you are eating in a surplus and if you're in a bulking phase, because you'll have adequate amount of calories to fuel your body to help de-stress your body and compensate for all of that activity you're doing. So I hope that helped. Where did you buy your shirt? My shirt is so freaking cute, you guys. It says peace and love, and I love the little stitching. I actually got it from a little boutique in Virginia, and it's called Three Sisters Boutique. They have an Instagram. I don't know if they have a website, and I don't know is this too much? Lelis is the brand. Do you have some job? I do not. This is my job. Social media is my job. I make income through this, so I'm not rich, but this is technically my job. Yes, jewelry tour. Say less, say less. All right, I'll do it quick. So these are from my mom. Again, got them from an antique show. All of my rings, I always get asked about my rings. These are, all of my jewelry is so sentimental to me because they're either from, like I said, an antique show, so they're super rare, or they're from a trip that I went on, so they're like a souvenir, or they're gifts from a loved one. So this was from when I went to LA. It's just a very plain band, but I got it like when I was with my friend, so I always think about her, one of my best friends. This butterfly is my hands down most favorite, most sentimental piece of jewelry. I got this in New Zealand. It was completely like, I know I'm crazy, but like I really feel like I was meant to cross paths with this ring. I absolutely love it. Butterflies are my spirit animal. In case y'all don't know, that's why it's like part of the Live Fit logo. I love butterflies. I have a lot of like weird coincidence stories with them. So I got this in New Zealand. It makes me think of the trip. This one is actually sick, and it is from an antique show, and it's like a wraparound ring. So it's all just like one wrap, and then it kind of like separates here. So it's like almost like the vine of the flower. I just love the blue. You guys also know blue is my favorite color. This like both, these are 2 separate rings that I just stacked. These are both from Telluride, Colorado, when I was with my friends. So again, it makes me think of them and also just the trip. So it's mountains, and it's on my ring finger. So I'm like, sorry, boys, I'm married to the mountains. What do you want from me? And then this underneath it says Sea Forever, which is a ski run. It's like a really famous ski run in Telluride, but I just felt like it like stood for more. And it's a very scenic ski run. So it just like, I don't know, made me think of the ski run, and I just feel like it stood for more, like I said, and I liked the dimension. I feel like it added a cool element to my jewelry of having words. This is from San Diego. It is a cute little sun. This was actually a gift from my sister from a Native American jewelry shop. And this is from Pura Vida, and it's a wave. This was honestly given to me by my ex-boyfriend from like 3 years ago, but I just like it, so I wear it. And I love water and waves. I grew up on a lake, so it means a lot to me. This is a Pura Vida bracelet. My bracelets are random, if I'm being honest. This is a Pura Vida bracelet. My friend Julia got it for me. This I got so long ago, like 5 or 6 years ago from Boulder, Colorado, when I was with my brother. This I actually just made with my friends when we were at the lake, like last weekend. And it is amethyst, or these purple crystals, and then this is just like a random bead, but I actually like love it. This is another Pura Vida bracelet with a little butterfly on it, and I want to say my mom got me this, but again, obsessed with butterflies. This is a sick little cuff from its Native American jewelry. There's so much details on it, it's kind of hard to see in the camera. But again, got this from an antique show. It's super, super sick. And Native American jewelry, I think, is gorgeous. So I love it. And again, super, super unique that no one else is gonna have. This is another butterfly bracelet that I made as well. And I made this for me, and one for like one of my childhood best friends when she was graduating high school. And then this is another bracelet that I made when I made this one the other weekend with my friend Anna. And this is I think this is amethyst again, and then this is rose quartz, which is just like a crystal that's all about like embodying love. So that's why I have this cute little heart charm. So this is just like my love bracelet. And then this necklace says Live Fit, that my friend Anna got custom made for me. It's from an Etsy shop called the Caitlin Minimalist. Then I have a toe ring, but we ain't showing y'all that, but it has a butterfly, and it's also from the same shop in San Diego that I got this ring. Okay, man, you guys, we're going deep. Love from Czech Republic. Thank you. Sending love back to you. How many times should you work out in a day? Once, sister. Once. I would say, like, in terms of like physical activity, I personally recommend. Well, did that make sense? Like exercise, I would say once, but I'll like, if you want other movement, like for example, I'll work out, but then I'll also go for like a walk. But like, I don't consider a walk like my workout. It's like daily movement. So like sometimes I would hike and walk depending on the day. Currently in the Stairmaster well of eating a protein cookie. Love that for you. You're thriving. Amazing. You're so inspiring. Love your energy. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I just can't keep up with my diet. It's like I have to start over and over again. Dude, I get that. And it's just gonna take time to like develop the habit. As with anything, like with the diet part of fitness and with the training part of fitness, it's like the first few weeks, first few months is the hardest because you're genuinely forming new habits. Like you're forming new thought patterns as well, like your view on food, like you're letting your body get used, like genuinely, it's so much deeper than people think. Like you're letting your body and your cells get acclimated to the difference in like food that you're putting in it. If you're used to eating processed foods, like it all takes time. So just know, I understand it may be frustrating, but like try to have patience with yourself. And the most important part is just to really stick out those first 4 weeks or the first month. And I promise you it will get easier. If you need to, write sticky notes around your house, give yourself reminders. That's why I love journaling, because it lets me like remind myself of like what I want to be doing for the day, who I want to become. Feed yourself positive affirmations with it. Like I am consistent with my diet. I choose foods that fuel my body. I choose foods that are in alignment with my goals, that type of thing. I've started on a calorie deficit 4 weeks ago. I eat 1 meal per day. I'm working out 6 times a week, lift weights, but I am not getting results. I've lost 6 kgs, but that's it. Is it normal? No. 6 for 4 weeks, 6 kgs. Okay, I'm trying to put that into pounds. But I would say a healthy fat loss, depending on how lean you are and how much weight you have to lose, the average is like 1 pound per week. Consider you're not like crazy overweight or crazy underweight, which you shouldn't be losing weight anyways if you're underweight. But I don't know how many calories you're eating in that 1 meal a day, but if you're working out 6 times a week, like I touched on previously, that's a very extensive, like that's a hefty training protocol. So you want to make sure that you're eating is supplementing that. 1 meal per day, I can't imagine you're getting all of the calories that you need in that 1 meal. So I would recommend, I know you're going to be like, is she serious? But yes, I would recommend adding in 2 more meals, at least have 3 meals a day, just to make sure that you're giving yourself enough food. Not say you need to go from 0 to 100, but slowly, maybe this week add in a second meal, and then next week add in a third meal, just to slowly increase those calories again. Because this is the thing, you guys, when you go too fast and progress too quickly in a fat loss phase, meaning if you ramp up your cardio too soon or you decrease your calories too quickly, that's when you run into plateaus, because our metabolism is adaptive. So it gets used to that higher energy output and decrease in energy input, okay? Meaning increase in activity and decrease in calorie intake in your eating. So that's why you want to do it slowly, so you still have room to keep creating a deficit, so that when you decrease your food, increase your calories, you're like, okay, I'm losing weight, then your metabolism adapts, and that's what makes you stop losing weight, because it gets used to functioning like you need to remember, like our bodies, we're animals. Our body's trying to get us to survive. So our body's going to remember when we all learned about homeostasis, our body's going to try to hit equilibrium again with that calorie expenditure versus calorie intake. So eventually it's going to catch up to your new expenditure and new intake. You're going to stop losing weight. But then you're like, hey, luckily this is why I didn't go 0 to 100, because now you can kind of decrease your food again and then maybe increase your movement again, and then you're gonna lose weight, then your body will adapt again, and then the process is gonna continue. So if you're kind of going 0 to 100 and jumping too soon and creating way too big of a deficit, your body's gonna jump and adapt eventually, and then you're gonna plateau and you're gonna have no more room to keep creating a healthy deficit, if that makes sense, without getting to really extremely low calories and a really restrictive diet. So sometimes when you get to that point, again, it's all part of the journey. You're gonna need to go into like a subtle reverse diet to help increase your calories very slowly, maybe decrease your movement a little bit to help re-prep your metabolism so that you can eventually go into another deficit. I know it may seem a little confusing, but that is the truth. Okay, totally unrelated to fitness, but where are your pants from in your recent community post? Those are from Fit Jeans. Fit Jeans actually sent me 2 different pairs, and they literally, you tell me you guys know the movie, The Sisters of the Traveling Pants. I've been saying, like, if there are any pants that were in that movie, like, those would be the pants. Like, they're so stretchy, but, like, they still fit your waist, but also they completely fit my glutes. Not saying my glutes are, like, the biggest they've ever been right now, because I'm definitely leaner. But they still like fit my waist and my glutes, and just they had so much stretch to them. So they're from Fit Jeans. I definitely recommend. I wish I had like a code for you guys because they're a little bit pricier, but they do not. But they're super cute, and I definitely recommend. If you do weight training and then you stop, will all your muscle turn into fat? No, that's a big misconception. Muscle building and fat burning are completely 2 different processes, or even like the accumulation of fat. They're completely different bodily processes. It's just not the same. So just because you have more muscle does not mean that like, oh, now that's all gonna turn into a lot of fat now if I don't upkeep it. No, if anything, you'll lose that muscle and you might gain body fat separately, but that muscle cannot turn into fat. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for the love. Favorite gym clothes pieces? Bruh. My obsession with Elfleet is unhealthy. It's so bad. Like, which I haven't ordered from them in a while. My background music stopped and I'm not liking it. I might need to go start it in a second. But I obviously haven't ordered for them in a while, but I definitely want to. They're like my dream is to work with Elfleet. If you don't, it's Elfleet Athletics. Their stuff is such high quality. It's not like, it's a little bit more expensive than Gymshark, but it's less expensive than Lululemon. But their quality, I'm sorry again, I don't want to offend anybody, but I think Gymshark is like just not it. I don't know if it's just me that I don't resonate with it, but I do not think their quality is there at all. Like the quality of Elfleet compared to the quality of Gymshark is like night and day to me, in my personal opinion. So yeah, my favorite is definitely Elfleet, and I would always recommend their Amplify collection. I personally like my workout clothes to be hella tight, almost like a second skin, and super compressive. So that's what their Amplify collection is like. They also have a little booty scrunch, and it's beautiful. It's like the perfect, it's not like too much, and it doesn't like, you know, some booty scrunches makes your butt look weird. Like it's like just perfectly like sits in the station, you know what I'm saying? And it just completely accentuates the glutes, and like, some like workout clothes will move, like these clothes move with you, but they don't move around on you, if that makes sense. So I love Elfleet, recommend the Amplify collection. If you want something less compressive, I would recommend their Surface Path collection. Let me restart this workout video. Oh my gosh. Guys, I've been talking so much, my brain is like flustered. I meant my background music. Okay, we're back. Whew. Guys, oh, I forgot to, now there was someone who asked bad body image and then how to deal with being an introvert and not having a lot of people to talk to. That just came back to me because I was like, I'm feeling winded from talking so much. I want to touch on that, girl. I don't know if you're still in here. The comment is definitely way back now. But I totally am with you. Like, I do not hang out with a lot of people at all. I'm very, like, particular with who I give my time with. And I know it can be hard not having people to talk to, but just know, like, quality over quantity. And, like, even, like, I just hope I can comfort you in saying that, like, I don't hang out with a lot of people, and it's okay. You're not weird. It's normal. Like, everyone has, you know, their differences in what they prefer. Some people get recharged from being with others. Some people get recharged energetically from being alone, and that's okay. Honor that and just, like, appreciate who you are for being you. I understand it's hard when you don't have people to talk to, so that's when it is important to try to extend yourself and make those human connections. And have people where you can feel comfortable around and having people to speak to. Because as passionate, I was literally just talking with this about my friend Steven yesterday, like the more you, how do I say this? Like as much as I'm passionate and really like believe in like being able to be independent, there is something to say about having like genuine human connection. Like I can feel myself and I go a long time without being social or being with my friends or being around people I love. Like human connection is like one of the main things that life is about. So just try to have that balance between like making connections with people that you can trust, who are like-minded, and also being able to spend time with yourself and sit with yourself. The next thing is know that my brain is getting all out of whack right now. What was I just gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, know that like, because I know it's hard when people are like, but how do I attract people who are like me, and how do I meet people who I really will resonate with? I truly believe that when you are in alignment with your authentic self, you're unapologetically expressing your authentic self, that's when you meet effortlessly like-minded people who you really can resonate with. All right, I'm gonna go through these last few ones, and I think I may call it a day. Also, a clothing question: where did you get the high-waisted cotton shorts you wore in your motivation video last week? High-waisted cotton shorts that you wore in your motivation video last week. If they were white and tan, striped, question mark. I don't remember the motivation video. What did they look like? I'm sorry. Lauren, what did they look like? If they were white and tan and had like a little ruffle at the bottom, they were from Billabong, but I also got them at that Three Sisters boutique in Virginia. If they're black, they are from PacSun. And I think those would be the only two shorts that I would have been wearing. I don't know if Lauren is still in here. But yes, plateaus are definitely real. That's a faux show. Do you have any tips for increasing your appetite? I'm loving the live. Thank you. I'm happy you're enjoying it. Any tips for increasing your appetite? This is something that like you need to give your body time to get used to the new food and let your hunger adjust. A lot of times if you're kind of have been like either suppressing your appetite or just if your body's used to lower calories, like you just need to give your body time to upregulate it, if that makes sense, and like get used to more food. So just slowly increase your calories. I'm not saying you need to stuff yourself till you're like uncomfortably full, but when you're full, like eat just a little bit more. And again, it's like a constant like uphill slope. Like you don't need to go from here to here, but like focus on being gradual. Like every time just eating a little more and more, like your body's gonna get used to the little bit higher food, then that's gonna be easier for you to step it up again because it was used to now that new higher food, you know what I mean? And so just kind of slowly start to increase your food, and your hunger, I promise you, will get adjusted to it. You'll start to feel hungrier, and also as your digestion starts to speeds up because it gets used to the new food. The body is amazing, you guys. Our body is so adaptive. So just trust me that it's gonna like work with you. And what else was I going to say? Oh, another thing that helps is trying to like consolidate your food. Like if you're really struggling to get calories in, I always recommend making shakes, like add oats to your shakes. Try to eat more calorie dense foods like nut butters, olive oils, avocado, that type of thing. Why did you decide to do a cut? Do you usually do one per year? Yeah, to be honest, you guys, and I honestly, like looking back, I shouldn't have really described it as a cut because I feel like that made people really concerned. I wasn't trying to cut a ton of body fat. Like, honestly, it was exactly what I wanted to. I should have said leaning out. I really have only lost like 4 to 5 pounds. But honestly, I do usually do it in the spring, to be honest, because I enjoy just a difference in training. I enjoy more circuit training in the summer, and I just am more active overall in the summer. I like to hike in the summer. I like to walk, like I'm saying. Usually when I'm back home in New York, I'm like wake surfing. I like to longboard. So I just am outside and more active in general. The days are longer. So inevitably, I tend to be leaner in the summer, and so I just kind of like going through a leaning out phase. I also like to eat lighter in the summer because it's hot. I like to eat more fruit. I don't really crave like heavy starchy carbs. Like I don't really want a warm bowl of pasta right now. Like I just want to eat hella watermelon, you know? So it kind of is like, and I also really love it because it's like me naturally changing my training regimen to fit with the new season of life. And I think that's great for like just being a human and like trying to live as naturally as possible, just like changing with the seasons. So I just think it's fitting. I do usually do it once a year, like in the spring around March. I just enjoy it, especially because usually in the winters I usually don't do any cardio, which my intention this winter is to try to keep up my steps and try to keep like my functional training in. I want to like see if I can sit at this training routine but maybe eat more. So you know what I mean? I don't know, I want to try it because usually in the winters, you guys, I do, like, especially this past winter, I was doing no cardio, no step goals, and was only lifting like 5-6 days a week, which is fine, but just like, I feel like I keep going to the extremes, so I want to try that and have like more of a balance. But yeah, I don't know, and also I kind of get bored with my goals, so I like focusing on like muscle building, and then I like to focus on being more leaner, and I enjoy having the difference in my physique. Like I just feel different. Like I like feeling lighter, athletic, and agile right now, but then like I like also the feeling in the winter of feeling like kind of thicker, more powerful in the gym, strong, like kind of like a badass. I don't know, but I kind of want to keep finding more of like a balance with it. So I'm insecure about my lower back. What can I do to gain your glutes? But you said lower back. I would say, honestly, like this kind of goes hand in hand. If you're insecure about like your lower back or you want to help like just target that area, this also will target your glutes. If do like stiff-legged deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts, that will definitely target your lower back and also your glutes. But I kind of touched on glute building already. If you want to gain glute muscle, you want to focus on eating at least like maintenance level of calories, just a sufficient amount of calories to help fuel your workouts and fuel like rebuilding your muscle. Another thing is keeping your protein high. Shoot for like 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per your ideal body weight in pounds. I should have said that previously. It could be the current weight you're at now. Like for example, I weigh about 131 to be exact. That I'm aiming for about 131 grams of protein. However, if you're really overweight, maybe use your ideal body weight instead. And just train hard, focus on progressive overload. I love hip thrusts. Incorporate those. Make sure you're training your glutes just like in multiple planes of motion. So the horizontal, the vertical, and the lateral plane. So for example, vertical would be things like a squat. Horizontal would be things like a thrusting motion, like a hip thrust. And lateral would be things like a lateral lunge. Do you live alone in this entire house? No, I live with my brother, and my dad visits a lot, especially in the winter. You should do a clothing haul for your non-athletic clothes. Dude, I genuinely wanted to do that because the person said you should do a clothing haul for your non-athletic clothes someday. I didn't know if you guys would vibe. Like, I don't know what to like, I don't know, like I want to be posting what like I'm in alignment with and what I just feel is like natural for me. But I don't know if you guys like only want to be seeing fitness stuff, but like I've bought in so many normal clothes lately that I'm like, I should put this to use and like show you guys on YouTube because I love like filming hauls. I love doing it. So can you show us an at-home workout? I'm currently stuck at home and don't have a gym membership. I definitely can. I don't know why I'm always so weird calling myself out again. I'm so weird about at-home workouts because I personally don't do a lot of them. So it's like hard because I don't feel like in alignment with them, if that makes sense, because I don't have tons of like experience, just being fully honest. I definitely can come up with some for sure. It's just like not in my routine, so I don't ever really think about making them. I'm suffering from HA. I'm trying to increase my food intake, but I still can't help counting calories and being obsessed on my weight. Girl, I'm sorry you're suffering with it, first of all. I definitely feel for you. I know it's so tough. Like, literally above anything else with HA, it's like the mental struggle that's so freaking hard. Just know, like, again, it's going to take time. Have grace with yourself. Have patience with yourself. There's no need to stress about it because then it kind of just makes it worse and snowball. My thing with, like, being obsessed with your weight, dude, just get rid of the scale. Just stop weighing yourself every day. Like, you don't need to. It just is causing more harm than good right now. And try, like, with counting calories, try just to delete the app. I don't know what you use. But just, delete, like, sometimes you just got to take charge and just, like, remove the stuff from your space so you don't feel so tempted. Just know that it's going to get better in time. And, like, the mental thing is the hardest part of it. But just keep practicing. And you'll learn to have like this newfound relationship with your food and exercise, and just know that like it's genuinely for your health. Like you just have to remember with HA, like our main intention with exercise and nutrition should be to make our health be in the best state it can be. And if your body's in a state of hypothalamic amenorrhea, clearly we've gone too far. So know that taking a step back is what truly is what's best for your health, and that should be the intention that we're always having in our fitness journey. I bought a pair of Revival leggings after watching your video. So did you like them? People have a lot of mixed reviews about the Revival. Some people love them, some people hate them. I really like them. Lately, I have not been wearing them at all just because I only really want to be wearing shorts. And they're just like they're like thicker, in my opinion, than the Amplify leggings. But I personally I just love the way they look with the set. Hi, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Prashna? I hope that's right. I'm so sorry if I butcher names. Hi, Zai Zai. I've been 5 months continuously since I'm working on my glutes, but still no results. Why? I'm vegetarian and I feel bloated with protein shakes. I feel yucky. What should I do? I always forget that like everyone's from different countries, so everyone's like English is different, which also I respect you guys so much for even being competent in English. So when I studied abroad in Spain, I didn't know anything, and that's when I was like, wow, being bilingual is amazing. So respect to everyone who can speak 2 languages or more. But anyway, I get this question too. I'm doing everything and not seeing results. Harsh Live Fit, the coach in me, is saying there's something that you're not doing. There's an area in your protocol that you think is in check that is not in check. Harsh truth, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like there's something that's there. It's not like people are always blaming on genetics or like I've tried everything, just nothing's happening. No, clearly there's something lacking, and that's why you're not seeing results. So I would recommend, checking in with your calories, especially when it comes to building your glutes. Make sure that you're eating enough, even if you're working out. Like this might have a lot to do with your diet, okay? So make sure you're eating a sufficient amount of calories around your maintenance level of calories. You might need to like up your calories, especially if you just haven't been seeing results for 5 months. So no matter what you've been eating, I would recommend eating a little bit more. Making sure your protein is high, like I've been saying, about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound that you weigh, okay, of your ideal body weight. And making sure that you're progressively overloading in the gym. If you're doing the same routine for these 5 months, if you haven't increased your weight, if you haven't increased your reps, if you haven't increased your sets, that's gonna prevent you from seeing results. So you wanna make sure that you're increasing the difficulty of your workouts over time to cause your body to adapt and improve strength and grow more muscle. Hello, Jessica. Welcome to the family. We have a new subscriber. What at-home workouts can I do to grow my glutes? I can't go to the gym. Same thing that you would do in a gym. Okay, focus on hip thrusts. Why did I just lose my train of thought? Hip thrusts, glute bridges. That's what I was trying to say. Like Bulgarian split squats, RDLs, that sort of thing. If you have bands, or if you can even just get a thing of dumbbells. The thing with working out at home, because obviously you don't have these crazy heavy weights, go until failure a majority of the time. So your reps are probably going to increase to maybe even 30, 40, 50 reps, maybe, depending on what weights you have, but just go until failure. You were so kind. I love it and love your videos. Thank you, Jessica. Dang, there's still 48 peeps in here going strong. You guys, I just want to say, last live I was on, I mean, it was like almost like 2 months ago now, and I only had like 2K subscribers, but I was like so nervous, and I feel so comfortable right now with you guys, and I just am very thankful for it, and I'm thankful that you guys are hanging out with me, and it just is, I'm loving this. It's very cool. How many times a week would you recommend a 17-year-old to do weightlifting if I'm just starting out? That's when I started out working out, by the way. I love your content. Thank you. So Victoria, I would say, I mean, when I was 17, I did a normal, as with like anything, I don't really think age is like a huge thing to do with it. I would still say like 4 to 5 days a week. Honestly, like, especially, and I don't mean to segregate or like separate men and women, but like it just is true with our hormonal makeup. Like we do need to be a little bit more intentional with our training because our bodies are just literally scientifically more sensitive. It's biology. So I just think for women, like a really good sweet spot is like 4 to 5 days a week to make sure you're not overstressing your body. Guys, does anyone know if I can order Alphalete in the EU? I'm pretty sure you can. Veronica, I'm like pretty sure. The shipping may be expensive, but I'm pretty sure they definitely do. In fact, I really want to go little by little, but there is my mother who puts pressure on me if I eat more than 1 meal a day. And after the 2 weeks, I have not lost a gram. That's weird. That makes me sad and upset. I really want to go little by little, but my mom who puts crazy, okay. There's things that's like, okay, collect myself. I'm sorry that your mother may be kind of like instilling different thoughts on you with like eating habits. I know that's like a very prominent thing, especially with young girls and their mother, and even like with different cultures and things like that. And I understand, I don't want to be insensitive to that, but just know that like, going back to like our talk, just like in our society right now about having like a healthy relationship with food and exercise, our parents, and I mean this respectfully, I genuinely hope you take this like not the wrong way. Just even like that doesn't, like our parents also could struggle with the relationship with food. So like your mom may think that you need to only eat 1 meal a day and that's what's right, but that may be a limiting belief or something that she's been struggling with throughout her whole life and she's projecting onto you. And this is when we're really lucky in our generation to have the internet to be able to learn about things and be able to speak to other people like this, so we can kind of see more what else is out there. But just know that like you don't need to worry about your mother's judgment. If she wants to live her life her way, that's okay. But you know, you should be able to decide what you eat, how much you eat, and your own eating habits and your own relationship with food. So just know that you're your own person and respect your mom's opinions, and respect how she feels towards foods and eating habits, but know that you don't need to take on her same eating habits or worry about her judgment. I'm just gonna say that and leave it at that. You deserve to eat as much as you would like to eat. JV, Javi, welcome back, sister. Hi, dude. I wish you guys could talk back to me because I'm Rakish. I'm so sorry. This is something I learned in Spain too when I was studying abroad, like how ignorant Americans are when it comes to like, if someone's name isn't Mike, we like, just like as a group of Americans, we just like don't even try to like pronounce their name if it sounds different because we're just like scared of butchering it. So I need to like get better at that and being able to like pronounce other people's names. I'm happy you love hauls too. The Compass gave me some pieces. What's up, deuces? Zai, hi Liv, I'm 2 days post arms and back and I'm even more sore than yesterday. Should I still go to the gym for my lower body workout or just take another rest day? Thank you, love your content. Okay, the thing is it's normal to feel more sore day 2, to be honest, by the time, because DOMS is a thing called, it stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So sometimes it takes 4 to 8 hours for it to kick in and that's the soreness you feel in your arms and stuff. That's like the lactic acid buildup. I mean, again, listen to your own body depending on if you're overall fatigued, but if it's just your arms that are sore, I definitely would still recommend go getting it done and hit lower body. That's the whole point of like a body part split, is that you can give your upper body time to rest as you're working your lower body. So I would recommend to go get it done, sister. Hey, did you have an injury? How can we handle it when we're really addicted to exercise? I am blessed to not have had like a big injury to have me be out of the game. Lately, luckily, like it's went away, but I was really struggling with the stressed out hip flexor and it really hurt. But so that was like frustrating for me because I like couldn't squat comfortably at all. I like just genuinely couldn't squat for a month because it just was all fooked up. I would just say like I'm feeling for you and I know it's tough, but I think like again, you're just gonna need to wait this out, have grace with yourself and know that like your body is trying to recover and it's not gonna do you any good by trying to push it in the gym. Like you need to give your body rest and just try to be patient and wait it out and know it's gonna be worth it in the end when you can actually come back from it. And in terms of like mentally trying to deal with it, I still would recommend, like, this is again why I love walking, because it's such low intensity and anybody can do it. So depending on what's your injury, I hope you can still walk. So that would be a great way for you to still be able to get movement in and not feel so antsy and feeling like you're getting physical activity without such high intensity and stress on your body. So I would recommend implementing that if you can't really work out. Sherry, please, do you have any advice for someone who is really skinny fat? I know that this is hormonal because I work out hard 4 times per week and eat very, very healthy. My tip, if you're someone who's skinny fat, what's your protein at? Up your protein. I'm telling you, it completely will rechange your body composition. And like I'm saying, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein, I sound like a broken record, per pound of your like ideal body weight. Probably it's what you weigh right now. So I would just try to, if you weigh 120 pounds, eat 120 grams of protein, aim for that, give or take, about 100 to 120 grams of protein. Make sure you're really lifting heavy and increasing your weights week to week to make sure you're facilitating muscle growth. And you will definitely go through some body recomp by gaining muscle. Plus, did you have to overcome exercise addiction during your weight gain journey? Because I don't know if I will be able to one day not exercise during a certain time. Sorry, I'm kind of... How did you have to overcome exercise addiction during your weight gain journey? Because I don't know if I will be able to not exercise during a certain time. I never really... I definitely went through phases where I just was like really obsessed with my training and eating healthy and things like that. But I don't know if I would describe it as like exercise addiction. It's more just like I felt like I needed to do it to stick with my goals. But I think I know this may not sound super helpful, but I'm telling you, when you just need to trust the process, like if you just relax and trying not get so overstressed about it, like in time, it naturally will all level itself out and you won't feel so like addicted to exercise. Because I'm trying to look back and I'm like, I didn't really do something specifically that made me not be super exercise focused. It just was kind of like I just stopped stressing about it and it naturally just kind of subsided, if that makes sense. But so yeah, I didn't really struggle with like straight up exercise addiction. But again, if it were you, like my advice to you would be to just try to, as with everything I say, try to wean yourself off from it. If you're working out every single day, maybe even 2 times a day, try to go down just to 1 time a day, or substitute the second actual workout that you normally do with a walk and focus on just some low intense movement, or go from 7 days a week to 6 days a week and just slowly taper off to 5 days a week and let your body get acclimated and used to it. And I think that when you go slowly and you realize that, hey, my body's not dying from not working out as much, you're more trusting of being able to decrease the amount of times that you're exercising. Loved the leggings. Yay. Hope that you can work with Alphalete because you deserve it, girl. Thank you. I want to work with them so badly. If I could like go shoot with them, like photos, I would literally die. Okay, love your content. Take care. Your videos about your workouts during the week are really interesting. Hope you'll continue to make, and maybe tell us how you learned to make your own program for the gym. That would be a very good video as well. Thank you for the love. I hope you have a really good day. Another week of workouts video is coming. Guys, it's kind of sick because you guys are like kind of getting inside like content info because I've been telling you like the videos I've been planning. But I think I'm filming my week of workouts this coming week, so. Hi, Prashna. Okay, Vivian, would you consider making a workout program sometime? Girl, yes, I said this earlier. I definitely am I have like so many ideas for workout programs that I'm trying to make. I just can't. I need to actually sit down and do them. My ideas are flowing faster than I can create them, so that needs to happen. Okay, one of your videos popped up on my recommended and I've spent all week binge watching all of them. Your energy is so beautiful and you've inspired me to look at life through a new lens. Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm so humbled that my content can do that for you. So thank you for sharing that with me, Chloe. Thank you for the support. Okay. Prashna, I really am unable to see any progress with my glutes and arms. What should I do? I feel overwhelmed by the food that I have to eat and I just want to get in the shape you want. I know, girls, sometimes it's hard, okay? But you just got to keep up with it, stay consistent. You know, like, I know it's not always easy, but like, that's the thing. Like, if you want to make progress, like, you need to get uncomfortable in order for that change to come. If you're doing the same, there's a quote, nothing changes if nothing changes. So you have to you know what I mean? You have to keep pushing yourself and get out of your comfort zone and do things that you're not used to. That's a change if you want to see something different in terms of physique and see muscle growth. Same thing like I've been saying, train hard, eat high protein, make sure you're up on your calories because you need it for muscle growth, and just stick it out. Like, it's not always easy, but all good things are worth working hard for. I'm studying abroad and actually can't control my binge eating problem. Do you have any recommendations? I'm sorry, dude. I haven't personally dealt with that. But my always like outside perspective and outside advice is always just to try to have a neutral perspective when it comes to food. Try not to see food as good or bad, and just know that there's foods that just make you feel that are more nutrient dense, and there are foods that are less nutrient dense, but just don't categorize foods, because then it makes you feel like there's good and bad foods and feel restricted about other foods, and you always want what you can't have, and just creates a weird pulling dynamic around food. So let yourself have whatever you want to be eating. Just try to practice moderation. And I always remind myself, like, because sometimes I feel like binge eating occurs because you're like, you don't know when you're going to be able to eat it again. Just know that you can get it in some way, shape, or form anytime. Like, it's the food isn't going anywhere. You can always get a treat at the drop of a hat, so don't feel like it's fleeting. Know that if you really still want it tomorrow, you can go get something similar. And honestly, I guarantee you the next day you won't feel an urge to go get it. So just relax. Know that there's no scarcity with food. No food is good or bad. And when you kind of get rid of that, you're gonna inevitably be able to choose foods from an unbiased point and be able to choose foods that genuinely make you feel good. I hope that helped. Aloha, Liv. Hello. Tell me you're from Hawaii. I'm going to lose it. I want to go back there so badly. Hope you have such a beautiful day filled with blissful experiences. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Same with you. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Sherry. Hey, Liv. Seeing your growth makes me so proud. Savannah. Thank you, Savannah. That's very sweet. Okay. Question. Have you heard or do you know if birth control affects your weight? It definitely can. 100% it can. Either like with weight loss and with weight gain, it can. I've had a hard time losing weight and starting to think it can be hormonal imbalances. It 100% can be. It's obviously going to be super dependent on your own situation, but it definitely can. I would recommend going to a doctor and getting like a hormone panel to see where your hormones are at. And just do your own research on birth control, because it definitely affects other hormonal levels and just how different things are regulated in the body. So definitely there's a lot of value to that, and I think you should look into it. Are you considering becoming a personal coach? I am a personal trainer. Love from Alicante. I love that you're from, like, that's so sick to me because I studied abroad there. I also, Beatrice, do you go by Bia, or is it just always Beatrice? Let me know. I am a personal trainer. I haven't really trained too many people because I kind of did it just for my own personal knowledge and to earn some credibility in terms of like Live Fit and stuff. I've been thinking about setting up online coaching, so I've been getting so many messages to if I offer online coaching. I've been thinking about it in the future. I just don't feel this like, yes, it feels right. I think it would be really rewarding for me, and I think I would do it more so as like a wellness coach. So maybe one day. Also, can you post the live to watch it later? Yes, this will be on my channel. Yes, Via is good. Not to like force that on you, but like I keep having an urge. Love from Madagascar. Yo, that's so sick. I love that. Okay, that would be amazing to be able to go there. Because the thing is that I'm vegetarian, as I said before, so protein intake is really, really hard. Plus protein equals bloating. Protein should not equal bloating. Think of their protein sources. For me, I'm very sensitive to red meat. The protein that I usually have is chicken, like lean protein sources. I have chicken. Like, protein is the least thing that makes me feel bloated. So I'll have like chicken, turkey sausage, ground turkey, salmon. I have tuna, those types of things. It's very like light for me, and they don't make me feel bloated at all. But yeah, I think, Prashna, you were saying how you haven't seen a lot of progress. Like, it definitely could be because your protein is low. But yes, thank you again for the vids. You're the best, and God bless you. Always there to watch your videos. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I'm vegetarian too, and there are so many ways you can get protein. A Google search can help. Yes, you're right. Literally, just do your research. There's literally so much information at the tips of our fingers. But for example, some good proteins, lentil beans, etc. Can you share about your spiritual journey and how was your mindset changed over time and what helped you? All right, this is gonna be my last question because I keep saying I'm gonna be done, and then I just am not done. So I just am like mentally getting like tired for talking about all this stuff. Okay, about affirmations. Can you share about your spiritual journey and how has your mindset changed over time and what helped you? Love this question. This is a great one to end it with. Sip of tea. So, I am hesitant. I identify as spiritual, but I never want to. I was raised very, very religious. I went to a private Catholic school, and my parents are still religious. I've gotten older and developed my own opinions. I've become more spiritual. I just don't feel a need to define the higher power because I feel like it's infinite. So why would we try to put boundaries on it? And I think there's just a lot of boundaries that come with religion. But with that being said, I have nothing against religion. I don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable through my spirituality. It's more so like I'm not trying to project like what I believe on you guys. I'm really not. And I specifically don't try to identify a higher power because I don't want it to counter your guys' beliefs. I do believe in a higher power. Like I said, I just don't feel necessarily like a personal need to personify it. I just don't feel the need to categorize it. I just want to let it be what it is. So in terms of my spiritual journey, this started like 2-3 years ago when I had like a really awful relationship with myself, with my body image. I was at a really low point. None of my friends were home for the summer. I was the most like overweight I had ever been. And I just was so disconnected from myself. And I didn't have anybody to turn to. So it just was like me. And I couldn't even stand to be with myself. So I just was like, damn, like something has to change. So that's actually when I stumbled across like affirmations on YouTube. And that's why I love this because it's like so cool to be full circle. Like hopefully now I'm helping open up someone else's eyes on the same platform with it. And like showing how far I've come from it. But that's what initially sparked me of like learning about affirmations in general. And then that snowballed into me digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into more spirituality. Love from Paris. Hello. I'm sending love right back to you. But so then it just like spiraled down from there. Let me go back to your, so how is my mindset? So yeah, I started with journaling with affirmations and then I just kind of started to learn more and more. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with this, but then I started to like stumble more into tarot, and that's just kind of when I learned just more about spirituality in general. I started learning about like frequencies, raising your vibration, how everything is energy and how like attracts like when you're vibing at the same vibration, that sort of thing, and in the same frequency. And so how's my mindset changed over time? Like this is a big thing because I feel like I tried to journal in the past and I was never consistent with it. And it's really just because I didn't give myself enough time. Like what you guys need to understand when it comes to journaling and mental exploration and all this stuff in spirituality, it's not like, it's the same thing with the gym. You're not gonna become ripped in a week and you're not gonna become super mentally inclined in a week. Like it takes time, like I'm saying, you genuinely are rewiring your brain through neuroplasticity. You're building new genuine thought habits. The way you think are habits. So you're breaking down limiting beliefs, you're building up new ones. It takes time and you're just gaining new habits of more positive ways to think. So it's going to take time. So now looking back, again, like I've said, I've been doing this for 2-3 years, and now it's like some ways that I was thinking generally doesn't even make sense to me now because of how much I've rewired my brain. So I would say like the biggest thing that's changed for me in terms of my mindset is that I'm way less negative to myself. My negative self-talk is very, very rare, very, very rare. And I just am way more, I learned this description from the Untethered Soul of like sitting in the seat of awareness and of consciousness. So I just am more aware of my thoughts. I have a different relationship with my mind and with my thoughts and the way I see things. I have more space between how I feel and my thoughts and who I genuinely am as a person. And I just am I find myself way easier for me to stay in a positive cycle of momentum as opposed to staying in a negative cycle of momentum. It's easier for me to think positively about things. It's easier for me to come up with a positive takeaway from things. It's easier for me to see the good in my life. I think of things, when I'm happy about things, I'm not like, oh, I'm so happy about this. I genuinely am like, I'm so grateful I have this. And it just flows from me now because I've rewired my brain to keep seeing what I'm grateful for. And in my opinion, like seeing things for what you're grateful for as opposed to what, like, gratitude brings you deep, genuine, internal joy. Happiness gives you a surface level happiness. You know what I mean? So I feel like those are the biggest changes, I guess, that I've seen in my mind over time. And what has helped me do this is journaling 100%. You guys, affirmations, I know they seem so almost too simple and almost like so overused, but like they're so powerful because the word is so powerful. Words hold energy, they hold a frequency. So the words you're speaking, the words you're saying to yourself, the words you're thinking, the words you're writing, all of that stuff is so powerful. So journaling has absolutely transformed my life. Meditation and learning to sit with myself has really helped me as well. And just being quiet and tuning into my intuition and trusting myself, trusting my inner knowing, trusting my gut, and stop asking so many questions. I was also talking about with my friend Anna about this yesterday. I used to always think these successful people, whether that being monetarily successful, achievement-wise successful, or spiritually inclined successful, I always was like, how do they do it? What's the formula? When it's like the more I'm able to pick those people's brains, the more the answer always like is just get back to yourself. You know, so it's like we all have the answers. We all are really powerful beings. We just need to trust our gut, trust our intuition, trust that we're capable, and we will start to show up in that frequency, and others will feel that. So yeah. I'd love to see I'd love to see your video on your spirituality and mental health. I find it so hard to put myself first, and I constantly worry about others think about me. I would love to start to make more videos about this. Before I go, I just want some quick feedback. Holly, or anybody, would you guys want that in like a sit down form video? Because I want to keep talking about this stuff. I just don't know the right way to do it without it being boring and being easy to follow. So should it be a sit down video or be a vlog? I feel like I can't even get myself to do sit down videos anymore. Maybe I'll do a vlog. Happy August, Olivia. So cool to see you doing a live chat. I'm upset for being so late because I have been here from the start but forgot. Oh, no worries. I appreciate you showing up and coming through. It genuinely means a lot to me. And this will be on my channel if you want to go back through it, and you can kind of skip through it too. Have you ever made a video about journaling and affirmations? Yes, I did. If you go to it's called How I Got Out of a Negative Mindset. I talk about journaling and stuff like that, but I should do more videos on like affirmations in general. So yes, you have such a bright and happy light. I don't know how to explain it, but you seem so bright and full of smiles. I look up to you a lot. Plus, I've learned so much from you. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. That is very, very sweet. I just found your videos, and you're so cute and strong. BTW, your upper body is rocky. Thank you, Megan. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. It says I've been on here for 100 minutes. I thought it was going to be like 40 minutes to an hour. We're going on like an hour and 45 minutes. So thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. I really am thankful for it. I appreciate you guys giving me your time. Like I said, this will be up on my channel. I definitely should do more lives like this. And I appreciate you guys so much. I'm thankful for this growth. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm sending you so much love. Have a good August. I hope this sets the month off on the right tone. Have a wonderful day, Romeo. Send you guys love. Bye, Skylar. Peace, love, blessings, light, all things good. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.